All right, everybody, welcome back. We are ready to get game 2 of the day underway. It will be Threat Level Midnight versus Team YasuHo. However, Team YasuHo has forfeited, as we have already said, so it will be an exhibition match. But the teams are ready. We should be getting into Champion Select. I'm here, the casters. I'm filling in for One Wing. I'm here as Kinderspiel, and I'm here with I Am Jinja.
Hey.
Hey, we are in Champion Select.
All right.
So originally, both of these teams were winless. They were 0-2. So this was going to be a game to see who was going to be grabbing their first W of the season. However, unfortunately, YasuHo had to forfeit, so some of the drama is taken out of that, as YasuHo will be the team remaining winless. Some quick bans coming out here. There's the Pike ban coming out for Joe, as you would imagine. He had a monster game on Pike last week. Looks like Threat Level Midnight doesn't want to see any part of that. You see Caitlyn coming in. Again, we've seen a lot of Caitlyn bans.
Yeah, that's the second time Caitlyn's been banned.
There's been a lot of ADC prioritization in these matches. I feel like from the first week as well. There's been a lot of Kai'Sa bans, a lot of Kai'Sa being played, Caitlyn bans. There's a lot of prioritization around these champions, which is interesting. A lot of Aphelios bans naturally, although he actually did get nerfed this patch. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, no, his ult got nerfed a lot.
I don't remember all the changes they do, but I do remember they dropped down 5 movement speed off his movement speed, which I thought was kind of funny. That does make a difference. But yeah, his base 5 base movement speed, along with something else. I don't remember the other thing. You said his ult, but I don't remember.
Yeah, his ult flamethrower got nerfed.
So Kai'Sa will be locked in, as I was saying. Kai'Sa's been a pretty priority pick here in the first games of the LCS in week 1. Looks like that is staying true.
So Jin getting picked on the exhibition team. Is Shadow Jumper normally an ADC?
I do not believe so. He played a lot of Yorick. He played top lane for some teams.
Okay.
Last week he played some Yorick. Probably grabbing that pick for somebody else, but you never know. It is an exhibition game, so he could be filling in for the role.
Very true.
Well, he is hovering TP as his summoners. So Kha'Zix is a champion that I was talking about a little last week. We hadn't seen it all, and I thought that was interesting. He hadn't been being banned. He hadn't been being picked. I think we saw 1 Kha'Zix ban last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. It was really low priority on the Kha'Zix, but we will be seeing it here, finally. We are seeing a Cleanse Ghost Summoner spell hover on the side of G-Bob Jones here. Not sure if that's still a little troll,
like a little banter.
Yeah. Karma being locked in as the final pick of this first round here. 4th Threat Level Midnight. Ooh, that Mordekaiser pick, yeah. Mordekaiser definitely has a pretty high priority right now. Very strong pick up in that top lane.
Yeah, he can really change a lot of team fights.
So this Karma could be a flex pick. We could be seeing Karma support or Karma mid lane. This is a personal opinion of mine, is that, and I know lots of people are going to disagree with me when I say this because lots of people like to do it, and it's objectively fine, but I really dislike Karma's as a support player. I don't know if you have thoughts on that. I think she's much more effective as like a, if you run her in the mid lane.
Yeah, well, it definitely has to do with her not having a super hard CC right off the bat. She is like a much more damage support, so in the sense that she is a lot more effective somewhere else than support.
Yeah, like that's just like a strong opinion that I have. I know a lot of people I probably get some flack for that, but it is a flex pick, and we'll see what they decide to do with it in this match. Did see the Diana ban coming out as the final ban here.
Ziggs being picked.
Interesting to see what role they do intend to pick here. To get a better idea of what kind of comp they will be running. Waits to the last second, but does lock in that Nasus in the top lane.
And then Lux in that mid lane, probably.
Although, here we go, Lux could be support. So, what do you think? If you had to guess.
It's very true.
Lux mid.
I personally think it's going to be a Lux mid Karma support.
It's definitely more likely, I agree.
Seems like that'll benefit them more as well.
Joe is hovering a Mumu for the final pick of this draft. That would definitely give them lots of tankiness on the side of Team Exhibition here with the Mordekaiser and the Mumu.
Yeah.
We do see G-Bob has now correctly fixed his summoner spells. Will not be taking Ghost Cleanse into the top lane with Susan. That's a shocker.
Unfortunately, I thought we could finally see a game.
Finally see the elusive cleanse Ghost.
So is Joe a support main?
I believe so, yes.
So we're gonna see him in the jungle this game.
It's true. He is appearing to not be trading away this. Will take Smite into the jungle. Yeah, he had a very strong game. I believe it was day 2 last week. On
right.
Fight. And it's pretty destructive. If you guys want to see some highlights from that, you can check out. Go to our YouTube channel, Amateur League Series. Find the highlights from week 1. A lot of good plays in there. Definitely should check that out. Don't want to miss it. But going to this game, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to ask you, what do you think about the team comps?
I was just actually looking at that. I was just admiring the scaling that we got on the side of Threat Level Midnight here with the Nasus and the Kaisa.
For sure. But then you can't disregard the Exhibition team's team fight. That's a lot of alt second to really change the whole game.
It really, the raw team fight. I agree that between the Amumu ult, the Morgana ult, the Ziggs ult, and this Mordekaiser just being a beast in a lot of these fights.
Yep.
I would really think like if it ends up going super late, I would still put my money on, because Nasus can really just get unstoppable.
For sure, and Kaisa is definitely not something that you can do much, especially late game with their percent HP damage. It's very strong.
But they don't have too much peel on the side of Thrill of a Midnight either. They have the Lux. They have some skill shots like the Lux's bind, and Karma's got the root or whatever, but not too much peel.
For sure. There's a lot of hard CC on the Exhibition team as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. They definitely have, like you were saying, just a really good team fight comp in general. And you do have like the Karma as she gets later. That's one of my other problems I have with Karma, is that I feel like, especially as a support, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the champion in general. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with that. That's just a personal opinion I have, but
fair enough.
It's really tough to say because definitely the scaling is on the side of G-Bob and Threat Level Midnight here, but like you said, it does have a pretty solid team comp for fighting on the Exhibition team as well. So I really just have to see how these teams do in fact play it out on the Rift to see what actually happens here.
For sure. It'll make a big difference.
Because even if it does go late and threat level midnight is able to scale up, if team exhibition plays well, they could definitely still win in a later game situation.
Yep.
We'll have to see
We'll
what happens.
definitely see what happens.
So we do have just about 10 seconds left on this spectator delay. We should be hopping into this one. It's really unfortunate that 4CN was not able to get his squad here for this one. I was really looking forward to watching these two teams duke it out for the first dubs.
For sure, that would have been a very interesting game.
Lots of skins in this one. Elementalist Lux is always boss. I'm always a personal fan. I've always liked the King of Clubs. Oh, that one's really tough, honestly. It's one of his better skins, in my opinion.
Definitely, especially in game, that just looks so cool.
Yeah, I believe it's a 750 skin too. I might be lying about that, but
I think it is.
Yeah. All right.
Just getting started now. Looks like there's no pings for invade or anything.
See if we get a pretty standard start here. Close to a 5-point rollout, close as we're gonna get. We still have yet to see a perfect 5-point rollout by any team.
Oh, really?
Still waiting for it to happen. It'll happen one of these days. I've been close. Did you see Kha'Zix has opted to take Dark Harvest over Electrocute?
That's definitely gonna play a big part if he can get a lot of ganks down. That's gonna be a lot of damage from Dark Harvest.
You're out of your element. The elements are against you.
Here we got Threat Level Midnight flexing some of their hard-earned mastery on the Rift. So what are your thoughts on this bot lane matchup? Jhin, Morgana versus Kai'Sa?
Honestly, Jhin Morgana just puts out so much pressure. It's very hard to play against. Especially with Morgana just getting a W and then Jhin can instantly get his stun off of that. There's a lot of chaining that they can do. And then as you said, like Karma is a harder support to play with, honestly. Like you don't have that hard CC. There's only like poke. It'll definitely be interesting to see.
Like, while I do give Karma a lot of flack in the bot lane as a support, she can be effective. Like that's why like if people really know what they're doing with her, she can be good. But I feel like most of the time that's not the case. That's usually my problem I have with the champion down there.
Yeah.
Not that she cannot be effective, it's just that most people don't quite hit the mark there.
Yeah, we see Shadow Jumper just able to get so much damage off on G-Bob Jones there. Just winning these trades like really hard.
Do you see Anorak around this top side looking maybe to get a gank off here? Although there is a pretty big wave about to crash on this turret. G-Bob is still level 2.
Looks like Anorak is going in now. I think Shadow Jumper can just, yeah, he just wins these trades, especially with that huge minion wave.
Yeah, really not much of a gank opportunity there with the wave. And Nas is still being down at level.
Yep.
Could potentially be some sort of contest over the Skelt on top side here.
It's like Joe knows.
A little little brazen there. It's a low health bar.
Yeah, Angeloid rotating really quickly, unable to land that root on Joe.
Interact looking to make something happen on a Death Griffin there, but really nothing to do. Something I did not notice actually is the York is actually being played by Shadow Jumper, and he did have some strong games on this champion last week for sure. So keep our eyes on him
Oh.
to make some plays.
Oh yeah, looks like he's going in really hard. Taking down G-Bob Jones really to low HP. Joe unable to finish his Krugs. And I just have to back off that.
Yeah, while Joe does have a CS lead at the moment, Interact was able to pick up both Skull Crabs here as Joe was really low, really, after trying to contest that first one.
Yeah, and especially with the new jungle changes, that Sculler Crab gives so much EXP.
Yeah.
So it looks like Anorak's trying to make something happen down bot. Frisky Boots looking to ward that Tri-Bush, might be going down to Anorak. Anorak jumping in. Kiro getting that root down. And they're able to kill Frisky Boots in that trade.
Yeah, Threat Level Knight able to pick up first blood here. And it's actually pretty well played. You saw Cairo, he cleared out the ward in that Tri-Bush, and Interact waited for him to do that, to clear that vision, to set that play up, and it was really well done by Threat Level Midnight.
Sure.
See, Interact still has not reset yet. See, he did get that successful gank off bot lane and control over the Skull Crabs, but now Joe has been able to reset back on the map and maintain the CS lead in the jungle.
That's just one of the things about a Mumu, though. He just clears out all his camps so fast. It's very hard to contest against a Mumu in the jungle.
So I was talking about keeping our eye on Shadow Jumper in this top lane. He has built himself a pretty massive CS advantage for the game.
Yes, up
A decent amount there.
CS.
Now, my expertise in top lane matchups is pretty minimal, but I would assume that York would have an advantage in this one, just based off of what I do know. And it looks like he's taking advantage of it.
It's like Frisky Boots rotated up mid, unable to look for anything as Angeloid is just backing.
So looking at all the CS numbers, really the only real discrepancy is in that top side. Mid. Actually, I do take that back. Angeloid is up about 10 CS on Death Griffin, but bot lane is equal, which leaves our gold lead pretty much even for these two teams, despite First Blood going over 2 Threat Level Midnight.
Definitely.
So the dragon has been spawned in here for about 2 minutes now. Not much attention being paid to it by either team.
Looks like Joe might be looking for something. Looks like he's going to try to pull off a bot gank. Anorak is pathing down towards bot side, probably going for his red buff.
So he will be in the area to come if something does break out down here.
Looks like Joe was spotted.
I'm surprised that it must have been the minion wave that caught Vish him for a second, but I'm surprised it did.
Yeah.
I feel like he should be able to slide in there undetected.
Risky's looking for some ward pressure, trying to take down that pink ward in that Tri-Bush.
We do see Death Griffin roaming down. It looked like maybe Team Exhibition was thinking about trying to take down this dragon here, but they're just going to go back to their lanes, back to farming, back to laning. There is a control ward from the side of Threat Level Midnight in this dragon pit. I do not believe Team Exhibition is aware of this.
Nope. Looks like Anorak is going to be looking towards the dragon. Maybe going
Oh,
towards
Frisky
bot.
Boots going down bot side.
Yeah, Kiro's getting that kill on Frisky Boots. Anorak is here. Counter anything. Joe's going to path towards top, so this will be more or less a free Dragon for
Looks like Joe's
Exhibition.
coming back down,
Oh,
actually.
yeah, Joe's walking back down. Maybe might get caught out by Anorak.
Despite the advantage from getting the kill down here, there's a lot of vision control from the side of Team Exhibition in this river.
For sure. And that
So,
CS lead up top is just growing even.
Teleport incoming from Shadow Jumper now.
Jin-ult going down. Might be able to get the kill on Kaisa. Yep. So Anorak's getting the kill on Joe. Shadow Jumper's doing a lot of damage in these fights.
Yeah, Threat Level Midnight really just got routed here
And
over
that's
this
the
dragon.
first dragon going down for Exhibition Team.
So this really was the lead that was built up top lane from Shadow Jumper really coming to pay off. Team Exhibition had so much vision control in this river, and that they just really used that lead from Shadow Jumper and that vision to come down and just take that dragon and wipe the floor clean with Threat Level Midnight.
For sure.
Susan is getting some free plates on this tower in return, but definitely net positive for Team Exhibition here. This just show the on top of the CS differential in that top lane, Nasus only has about 80 stacks on him at this time at 10 minutes. So really being kind of shut down in this top lane early.
Especially with Mordekaiser's like range, it's hard for Nasus to walk up and do anything. With all his skills being ranged and being able to pull Nasus. Joe is topside. They might be looking towards a rift, possibly. Nope, it looks like Shadow Jumper is just going to back off this.
Both of the kills that were obtained for Threat Level Midnight's bot lane are on the Karma. So it'd be pretty imperative that she, for this team and moving into the mid game here, that she's effective at using this gold.
For sure.
And it will also just stall out that late game Kaisa monster just a little bit more. Push her power spikes back.
Joe is topside. Maybe trying to pull something off against G-Bob.
Yeah, this could really shut him down. Get him out of this game if they get a gank on him here.
Joe's going to be spotted out by that ward. It seems that G-Bob doesn't really realize. Getting stunned by Joe. Having to pop ult. And it looks like G-Bob is just going to go down.
Yeah, they had plenty of CC there to lock him down and secure that kill.
Yep.
So this is really bad for the side of Threat of Midnight. Obviously, the top lane difference is really kind of getting out of hand almost.
Especially with Mordekaiser being the type of champion where he can really snowball. He can utilize this lead.
Looks like Threat of Midnight has spotted out Joe trying to take down this Herald.
Yeah, Angeloid's going in, trying to do something about it. Anorak following closely behind, but Shadow Jumper is there. Teleport coming down by Nasus. By G-Bob Jones. So Joe doesn't have ult, so he can't really make a play here. Might be able to go for the steal. Wow.
Nicely timed lined up by Angelo there. Well, Shadow Jumper is just...
Shadow Jumper's just taking a lot in these fights.
Angelo really doing some work there with the snare and the ult.
Yep, that's
Well
a very
played.
big burst by Angeloid.
So I believe they got shut. I'm not. Was that a shutdown on the Mordekaiser?
That was a shutdown on the Mordekaiser, I believe. Rift going
Yeah,
down
shutdown.
in mid lane.
So signs
That's
of
just-
life being shown here. by threat level midnight. As the goal lead is now practically, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, practically identical.
Yeah, almost the same. It'll be really interesting to see what Shadow Jumper's going to do in this top lane now that he has Rylai's. Could go for a lot more catch potential. Threat level knows that Dragon's coming up. They're getting ready, prepping that. Making sure everything is warded.
Yeah, when the last Dragon was up, Team Exhibition was the team that had the excessive amounts of vision around the objective. But this time, Threat Level Midnight has a decent amount themselves.
So both TPs are down for top lane. And he won't be able to commit in this fight.
So a lot of the gold, although Bengucci is actually pretty big on this Jhin at the moment. He did pick up a couple kills there. See what he's able to do in this fight.
Yep.
Well, Anorak is trying to burst on this Dragon.
That Dragon. Joe's coming in with the smite steal. Joe will still be going down to that. Maybe will threat level be able to get more? Yep. Got the kill on Ziggs there. And they might be able to get Frisky Boots as well.
Triple kill for Anorak.
Oh, and then we have Nami just shooting down Bengucci. Bengucci will be going down.
It will be a 4-0 for the side of Threat Level Midnight. Although the Dragon was picked up by Team Exhibition there. It's their consolation prize. It does give them 2 Drakes.
Yeah, they will be getting a power off of this as well.
So the game state's definitely looking very different from it was about 5 minutes when Team Exhibition was pretty much out in front of this game with the Shadow Jumper with his huge lead up in that top lane.
Definitely.
Between the Herald play and this Dragon play, things kind of flipped around on their head a little bit, I would say.
Especially with Kha'Zix getting, Anorak getting really big on Kha'Zix now with 5 kills. Really interesting to see what kind of plays that he can make with that lead.
I'll be interested to see what build he opts for too. If he tries to go for armor pen more, or get a mortal reminder maybe, or just lethality, or I don't know.
Right. Looks like they might be able to get the kill. Yep, Death Griffin going down to that triple gank right there. Getting another turret for threat level midnight.
Yeah, Team Exhibition's looking just a little bit uneasy at the moment with not really quite respecting Threat Level Midnight's recent advance in their position in this game state.
Yep. Threat Level Midnight is just doing really well with their constant rotates, putting pressure everywhere that they need to. Very well played.
Bengucci is pushed up a little far in this top lane, but it looks like will not get cut out.
Oh, that flash ult going down from Frisky. Looks like they're both going to go down. Anorak is here to counter.
It seems like kill after kill is not going in favor of Threat Level Midnight.
For sure. They're able to just catch out so many people. Anorak's going in hard for that Death Griffin, but unable to get him as Ziggs using his W Satchel Patch. Or Satchel Bomb.
Take down on the outer top turret here. And like we were saying in the Champion Select, where it really come down to how Team Exhibition plays these team fights, if it ends up going late because of the scaling from Threat Level Midnight, they're definitely looking a little uneasy at this moment. It's definitely going to need to pay a little bit more respect to Threat Level Midnight and try to get back into this game again. Try to catch them doing something, catch them out. It's really just a struggle really for Team Exhibition to even go into their jungle.
It definitely is. They're just able to put down so much in this top side jungle.
Well, not too much deep vision is going to remain for South Element. It's that one red.
So it seems like what Threat Level is trying to do is start getting Nasus to really farm up. He's just been split putting that bot lane for a while now.
Yeah, he's actually sitting on 240 stacks now. Great for 20 minutes in the game, but considering he was at like 80 stacks in like 12 minutes, it's definitely picking up the pace a little bit here.
Yep.
Starting to ramp up.
So it looks like another rift is going to go towards Threat Level Midnight with Joe pathing away from rift. It looks like they don't know.
Did they use the first rift?
They used the first rift on mid turret. They were able to take down
right.
3 plates for it.
Third dragon will be spawning in here. About 30 seconds. So I believe while the exhibition team did lose a lot around that first Herald play and the dragon play, they did secure the second dragon from it. So if they can somehow manage to get this third dragon here, it'll put them in prime position to get the dragon soul at some point later on in this game.
Definitely. Especially if they can keep air drakes off of our team Threat Level Midnight, that'll be very good for them.
Keep that Lux cooldown from getting any shorter.
Exactly.
Both teams posturing here for this one. Either trying to step too far. Trying to land some poke.
I think very safe.
Huge chunk. Oh, Frisky Boots is going to drop down.
Adamrak's just going into that.
They are going to chase down Joe here, as I'm sure he will end up going
Teleport
down.
coming down by Shadow Jumper.
Curtain call coming out from Bengucci.
Looks like Shadow Jumper is losing these trades now against G-Bob Jones. Looks like
will go down.
Is able to take down this dragon.
Dragon will go to the South Level Midnight. And there is always that moment as Death Griffin needs to flash to get out of that slow. Oh, he may actually get chased down here. Flash comes out from
flash
Cairo.
coming by Kiro.
Death Griffin will for sure fall, but he does end up taking Cairo with him.
Not
for
too bad of a trade. Better than being able to take out a flash on Morgana. Or on Karma.
So while Angeloid is 0-1 currently, he's been a huge part of a lot of the team fighting and the lead that they've been able to achieve for Threat Level Midnight. He's had a lot of good snares landed from his Qs and a lot of effective ults.
Definitely.
While most of the glory does appear to be on Anorak with his 7 kills. Definitely could not have been done without Angeloid.
Anorak is pushed up very far in that top side jungle by himself. Looks like he's trying to look for something at Joe's red buff.
Jumps straight in on the Frisky Boots, trying to burst him down. The Zonies will come out, have to flash away. Frisky Boots will walk away with his life. Zigzol's coming in.
Anorak going down to that Zigzol.
A little bit too frisky there. Oh, the Banish Toss does land on
getting
G-Bob
in
Jones. He will flash over the wall.
G-Bob Jones just putting down so much pressure here. Going down to that Q by Nami.
Go ham. Oh my gosh.
Okay, that just changed the whole tides. Triple kill for Nami right there. So Nami still has ult, so Kai'Sa can jump in.
Like, look at those Lux bindings. Very fast. Oh,
yep, that jump in going in. Getting the kill on Bengucci.
So a fight that was looking in the favor of Team Exhibition did get flipped back around. I didn't see exactly where the damage came from around the blast cone there, but something chunked out a lot of members on the side of Team Exhibition there to watch that one back.
Try to start Baron. They're gonna have to really trade their aggro here really well. Anorak coming in. They're just gonna probably get a free Baron off of this. Joe is bot side, so Baron going for team threat level midnight.
So if you look at the vision control, as Frisky Boots is trying to clear some of that out right now as I'm saying this, there was a decent amount of vision inside this red side jungle on the side threat level midnight, but a lot of that has been removed at this point, but not a lot of vision for Team Exhibition to really have much map knowledge at all, except for those couple wards in that red side now at this point. So they're going to be careful not to overstep here.
Yeah,
going for any of these neutral objectives.
Looks like Anorak is going to be clearing out that bot side. Joe is going to walk towards Anorak. Anorak just moving away. Kiro getting that root down.
Do have G-Bob come up the mid lane to join his team here on this mid push. Seeing if they can get close to cracking this base open with this Baron. They have now managed to achieve an 8,000 gold lead.
That is a very high gold lead. Very difficult to come back from an 8k gold lead, but as we saw in the last game, the Exhibition team. Oh,
maximum
that
range stun coming out there from Angeloid. We'll secure her the kill onto Death Griffin, and Death Griffin is the member on Team Exhibition that does have a lot of their gold, a lot of their kills. So that one will definitely hurt.
Yep, so we see Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. Looks like Anorak is going to be looking for something here. Will he be able to kill Frisky? They're slowly disengaging those fights.
Lots of damage coming out there on Shadow Jumper and Joe.
Which is really good for threat level midnight, as that now they can start pressuring Dragon.
Frisky Boots walking a little bit too far there.
Now it looks like Anorak is padding towards Dragon. They're able to get this free Dragon, as they know Benkuchi is top, and then Joe is handling mid.
Did he finally get that turret down? Despite Ziggs getting picked off earlier on there, really they've been doing a good job of keeping Threat Level Midnight from taking too many turrets here on this push with Baron.
Definitely.
Will be a reset coming in there for Angeloid. This Baron will time out. Only one turret achieved there on the side of Threat Level Midnight during that Baron power play. They did get the dragon as well. But pretty solid job defending.
Definitely. Exhibition team did a really good job, especially with their with a lot less gold on their team. They did a good job defending that.
Thing to keep in mind for Threat Level Midnight is that they really don't have very much engage. Their engage really depends on some CC getting landed onto a target that they can then hope to assassinate pretty quickly.
For sure.
While G-Bob is a monster in team fights, there's really no really solid way for Threat Level Midnight to engage onto Team Exhibition here unless some sort of stun is landed. Because aside from Kha'Zix, Interax Kha'Zix jumping in, they really just have to walk. There's not like gap closers or anything for
sure. There's no gap closers. They don't really have a hard CC other than Lux Bind. It's definitely hard for them to engage fights.
Spookies will in on Angeloid as she does find herself too far.
Angeloid looks like she is caught out.
Almost
that ult doing so much damage on.
Kai'Sa ulting in, trying to clean up members. Oh, Bandage Toss will stun her
Nami is able to getting the shutdown gold, 1,000 gold for Frisky.
Is a 3v3, but members on Team Exhibition are very low as
Anorak is just cleaning up all
the resets.
All these. Wow. G-Bob Jones pushing a bit too far in, getting killed by those 2 turrets.
Trying to make that highlight play happen. Got a little bit too far in. Still a solid play for Threat Level Midnight, as they will crack open Team Exhibition's base. Cairo is pretty low here. Joe could look to take her out.
Anorak. Oh, Ziggs all
He's
coming
getting
down.
shredded
Anorak
by Angela. Or Anorak, pardon me.
Oh, Death Griffin might be getting caught out. Anorak going in, getting that Q just out of range of those bombs.
See, Anorak did opt to go for the Yomu's Ghost Blade.
Yes, he is.
Getting
So
that
he is going a
lethality.
lot lethality build.
Baron is going to be respawning here. Back on the map. See Anorak resetting and probably head towards that side of the map. Try to establish the vision control around this Baron.
Threat level Midnight is pinging it. Looks like G-Bob Jones is just going to start it right away. Anorak isn't too far. He will get in there in time.
No vision on the side of Team Expedition here. Looks like it's going to be pretty uncontested.
Looks like they're rotating just a bit too late. Joe might
is
be
here.
Get the pull.
Oh,
Nope.
just a tad late.
So Joe will be going down.
This is a really good opportunity here for Threat Level Midnight to try to take down a second inhibitor.
For sure. They can just push down that mid with that Baron buff. Especially with bot naturally pushing with their siege minions. Looking very good for Threat Level Midnight right now. Anorak getting caught out by the bind and the pull. Able to get out fine with using his ult.
A lot of damage going down there on Anorak. I think they should still be able to siege this base, but Shadow Jumper is causing a lot of havoc, as well as Ziggs
Anorak
poke.
jumping into Frisky. Frisky swapping Zanya's. That heal from Karma is just crazy with Atheans.
Curtain Call coming out, trying to peel people off Shadow Jumper. Will grab G-Bob Jones.
Gucci
and
getting G-Bob Jones with that last shot of Curtain Call.
Team Expedition looking for more here. Really just thwarting this push right now from Threat Level Midnight. With Death Griffin potentially getting caught out, as he will go down.
Death Griffin will go down. Joe having to be behind, defending that base. That turret is going down.
Team Expedition able to keep Threat Level Midnight off of their inhibitor turret. This is some really, honestly, some impressive defending here on the side of...
For sure. We
Team
see
Expedition.
that threat level is going to be pathing towards the Dragon. Kaisa should be able to burst this down really quick before Joe gets there.
So that early 2-0 Dragon advantage. Expedition team not looking quite so worth at this point, as the last 3 have gone to Threat Level Midnight as they look to take the Dragon Soul on the next one. So Team Expedition really just holding on by the skin of their teeth here, but they are managing to do it. Time after time.
For sure. Now an 11k gold lead for Threat Level Midnight. It's going to be very hard for Exhibition team to come back on this one.
Well, Baron is timing out right about now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It's be interesting to see if Threat Level Midnight is able to siege the base without Baron, as they were having difficulty doing it with Baron, despite their massive gold lead.
So it looks like they're grouping around bot side, trying to get some people to pull bot. That way, that'll open up mid inhibitor just a bit more.
Baron just timed out. I was a little ahead of that.
Yeah, so threat level, again, like just as you were saying, threat level Midnight's having a lot of trouble with these siege pushes, especially with Ziggs just able to clear everything.
Yeah, between the wave clear from Ziggs and just the team fight comp that Team Exhibition has, it's really going to be tough for them to siege any of these turrets.
Yep.
And that's really due to the fact that Threat Level Midnight does not have any engage. They just have those picks and stuns, which they do land on a Shadow Jumper.
That Zonya's coming out from Shadow Jumper, rooted out of that Zonya's. Oh,
blasted. The Ignite is ticking.
Ignite,
he will go
last
down.
tick of Ignite is able to kill Shadow Jumper.
The heal from Bengucci was just too late. And that also will be burned. So if this was the pick, if they were looking for a pick, that is the pick they needed. And hopefully they're able to crack the base open here. The Shadow Jumper being down for 35 seconds.
So Anorak and G-Bop Jones just looking for that inhibitor.
Look at that damage coming out from Bengucci.
Bengucci on his Jin is just doing so much damage on all those shots.
Oh, Threat of Midnight is... Although in the bot lane, Anorak is looking to pick up Bengucci.
Oh.
We'll get it.
Anorak able to get Bengucci. G-Bop Jones is here for Joe. Joe's going down as well. And Nami is going to be able to...
Oh, just barely gets out of that stun range with his jump.
Flashing out of that Ziggs ult.
Well done there by Anorak. Catch out two crucial picks.
That second inhibitor at bot lane. Nami is looking for it. And they are able to secure that second inhibitor. Still a 3v5. They might be able to be looking for more. Anorak going in deep for Frisky. G-Bob just taking down this turret.
Bengucci is spawning in. And Joe will be 5 members up on side Team Expedition.
Nexus turret's going down. Looks like threat level's just staying. They really want this win.
We have to watch out for the solid team fight that comes on the side Team Exhibition here. Threat Midnight could get caught out. A big Zigzol lands on multiple members. Anorak getting stunned up.
Anorak will be stunned by Joe.
Will go down.
Going down.
Looks like Threat Level Midnight is on the retreat here. Look, Joe Flash. Another bandage toss
Flash.
land. Oh my gosh. Ultimate.
Will they be able to turn this around?
Angela will surely fall. Threat Level Midnight is running for the hills. Curtain Call will come out.
Curtain Call coming down.
Oh my goodness!
The shot on Kiro.
Bengucci snipes Kiro for that shot. Securing that kill. Oh, the Nexus is very low. That is what I was talking about. As soon as 5 members were back up on the side of Team Exhibition, they definitely have the ability to throw off almost any gold deficit that Threat Level Midnight has, it seems.
For sure. Just their pure engage that they have is just very strong. They can win a lot of these team fights. So we see G-Bob Jones just on Baron right now. Should be a very free Baron for Threat Level Midnight as 3 inhibitors are now down.
Yeah, despite the miraculous defending efforts on the side of Team Expedition, they do now face 3 down inhibitors and an open Nexus.
For sure.
With the Dragon Soul and Baron buff on the board.
Dragon Soul plus that's 4 Cloud Dragons for
Angela.
Team Threat Level Midnight. That's a short cooldown on all of those ults.
I definitely want to know what that Lux cooldown is. Cloud Soul.
Wow,
secured.
it's a 16.8 second cooldown right now.
16 seconds? That's actually
16
insane.
seconds.
That is actually insane.
That's very strong.
Yeah, really no way they can contest this Baron.
Yep, looks like this game is just about over. They can really just stand outside their base with double siege minion Barons.
Oh, it will be interesting to see if, even with the Cloud Soul and Baron and triple down, if the team fight comp will be able to fight it off. As you said, probably not.
Yeah, we're definitely just gonna have to see a full team fight in this. Shadow Jumper just going for that little banter right there.
Oh, the minions. Just way too many minions.
Yeah, it's just too many minions to handle with Baron buff and double siege minions. This game will be going to Threat Level Midnight. Very well played.
This is a very interesting game. Definitely you had I mean, honestly, we were talking about this in Champion Select with different types of team comps. Is how it's played. Team
For sure.
Expedition really played that well with being able to fight off those huge gold leads that Velvet Midnight was able to build up. And it's really coming down to the picks. Like the game really got broken up at the very end when Kha'Zix Anorak on Kha'Zix did get those 2 picks onto Bengucci and I believe it was Frisky. No, it was Joe. Bengucci and Joe.
Yeah.
1v2 there, and then got out with his life, and then they were able to take most of the base there. And I feel like that was really the end for Team Expedition here.
Definitely. Threat Level Midnight played that one so well. They were on those rotates, and all those objectives were going down really nicely.
It's a really well played game here. Unfortunately, it was Expedition fun one. We will be taking another short break here, and then we'll be coming back with our third game of the day, which will also be an Expedition match because this is our open block of the day, but it will be end game, and we may actually have a scrim here. It may be Iron Dragon filling in for the open block here. It might be Iron Dragon versus Endgame. We'll let you guys know about that, but we'll take a short break here, and we'll be back with Game 3.